Part 3 of our conversation with Greg Godovitz. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Canada. Greg has done so much for Canadian music, and he knows so many international artists. It's amazing the stories he tells. He wrote these 2 books. We'll have links in the description where you can pick them up. It's amazing his history in music, being an early member of the band Flood. Then, of course, his solo stuff and Godot. Here's our conversation with Greg Godovitz.
For the limited amount of notoriety that I've got, I can see when people come up that are very, very nervous. And I've learned that the best thing to do is try and make them feel comfortable, assure them that you're just a normal person in an abnormal job, and I've always gone out of my way to it's like people that order stuff from Shop Greg Godovitz, like right there where we're selling the books and stuff. They'll send their phone numbers, and quite often I'll call them and just say, hey, thanks for, buying my book. Like, do I make it out to you or your husband or who's getting it? And they always say the same thing. You're kidding me, right? I say, hi, it's Greg. And they go, you're kidding, Well, the same thing happened to me when Eric Burdon read my first book. And then he phoned me up and said, is this Greg Godovitz? Yes, it's Eric Burdon. I said, yeah, get the hell out of here, And it was.
Hide and seek with Eric Burdon. There,
I've got his phone number. I've got his wife's email. I've never bothered the man. But, that's a true story in the new book, Playing Hide and Seek with Eric Burdon. I never got to meet him, like to hang out with him. And the first thing he did when he arrived at the hotel was get this guy down here. And I'm jumping up and down on the bed going, I'm going to meet Eric Burdon. And the girl says, no, you're not. For once in your life, you're not going to be such a little fanboy. You're going to sit down. And over 3 days, I never got to meet the guy. So I sent him a message through his wife saying, Eric's in my new book. I would love to send you a copy of the book. They're living on an island in Greece somewhere. They never responded. So I guess he must have been upset with the fact that he extended multiple invitations to hang out and travel in the van with him to the concert and stuff. And I never did it, Mm-hmm. So that was a missed opportunity.
I love the, I don't drink coffee. I mean, I remember the first thing I'm going, did he put that in there because A, he knows everyone can relate to that? Well, B, it obviously happened, and parents are like that. I read that, and I saw my parents in everything you said, especially at the end where he wanted to meet you and you said, nope, I've had enough. We're getting out of here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the point, is everybody could relate to the stories. Anybody that was a scout or a cub is going to relate to that story. Anybody that has had to drive their elderly parents around on errands can relate to that story. The good thing is they're funny. I mean, but sometimes, they say truth is stranger than fiction. Well, the humor thing enters into it as well. I remember my older brother, Ted, read, I Don't Drink Coffee. He says, don't let mom and dad read that while they're alive. I said, well, they can't read it when they're gone either, but I know what you mean. I don't know if they would get the sense of humor. My mother read this book, and she calls it that dirty little book you wrote. I mean, and also my daughter read it, which not so good. She says, Dad, you didn't really do all that stuff, did you? Like, oh, no, never let the truth get in the way of a good story, So, it's funny. My daughter told me a great story yesterday. Her boyfriend works with Drake. Okay. So Drake's engineer is his best friend, was over for dinner the other day at her place and asked, they had chicken wings. And he says, have you got any hot sauce? So she says, as a matter of fact, I have this. And he looks at it and he goes, in God we trust. Why do you, he says, well, Greg is my dad. And he freaked. This is a guy that records Drake. He goes, oh, aren't we the humble little rock and roll royalty princess? He says, your father. And he started gushing about it. And I want to meet Drake. So, I mean, talk about fortuitous, incredible. And yet occasionally she'll say, Dad, you can't believe the deal I got today. I go, why? She goes, well, I had to give my name. And the guy said, you're not, are you? And she says, I got a free set of tires. I went, okay. And a girl.
We'll have more from Greg Godovitz in the next 3-4 days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos, and buy a Rock History Canada t-shirt. Help support our channel. I'm John Beaudin. Take care of yourself.